Guys, you can't believe how much she's cooking.
I can't not feed people.
Like, she's made rolls so far. Good morning, beautiful people. It is a beautiful day, honestly. For being November, it's kind of disappointing that it's not freezing cold. I think this is called Indian summer. I think that's what used to be called when you basically have like a second shot of summer after it's already been freezing cold and all the colors are starting to show up on the trees. The past couple days and most of this week it has been in the 80s. Pretty warm, really warm. And honestly, there's not a whole lot of complaining. It's actually been very pleasant. The air temperature's cool, even though the sun feels hot. It's not that bad. It's nice to not have to like hunker down for winter quite yet. All right, so first thing this morning, I threw a couple round bales in here in our pig pens because for our class that is Friday this week, it's kind of nice to have some sort of bedding of some kind in here where all of the nasty is on the ground. You know, people say pigs are a clean animal because they pick a spot that they want as their bathroom and they stick to it. So I just drop a hay bale in here right on top of the poo pile. I spread around some hay and just kind of cover up the pebbles. And then they like it. There's stuff that they can eat out of the hay. And so in their quest to find tasty morsels in this hay, they'll pull it out and spread it. I imagine after a few years of dropping hay in here and covering up the poo piles and letting them root around, and they're basically making compost. I know the dirt color in these pens has changed. The soil down here where the pig pens are is not our usual red clay. It's actually kind of a gray color. It's going from gray to black. Like over here where they've really worked manure into the soil. As we add hay and we do this over and over again, eventually that problem of pig manure everywhere kind of starts turning into soil. Maybe eventually we'll have a situation where I can come in here with a tractor and scrape up and have some, I don't know if I'd use this in my garden, but we can have some soil we could use somewhere. Amending pastures and stuff like that. That's something I could see doing. So, on the agenda for today, we are pretty much just finishing up the last few things that we need to get done before our class. This being one of them. I tried to wait until closer to our class to drop these hay bales in here, just in case these pigs surprise me and they eat an entire hay bale in a couple days. We'll have some clean ground for when we drop these pigs. Well, now it smells considerably better over here at this pen. These pigs were this was the pen that the other day I forgot about the hose, and I was filling up their drum of water and I forgot about it for like 6-7 hours. It was all day. There was water all the way out. These blackberries over here got a real good watering. The mud mixed with the manure, and the smell kind of had, been a little more offensive than usual. But this hay smells great. I love the smell of hay. It just smells like nice hay. All right, I'm gonna head up into the barn and start getting the last few things set up for our class. It's exciting. Like, I guess we're to the point. It's like, hey, everything's done. We're ready. We're ready days early. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab my sawhorses and get my tabletop set up, get it all cleaned off. It looks like it's got a bunch of cobwebs and sawdust and just random junk on it. I'm gonna get that set up, and then we're pretty much off to the races. That is the last thing that I need to do before our class, is get my table set up. We'll put it right back. Yeah. Where did those 2x4s go? I'll find some 2x4s for that. There's some shorter sawhorses. You know, I have been this close to making table legs and like permanently making this like a table, but when I'm storing it, I really like having it up here on something flat. I left it just like leaned up a while ago and it just warped. You know, that'll change the drier it gets, the older it gets. But this is a hackberry top some viewers gave us. It's a real nice tabletop. It's filthy dirty right now, so I'm gonna have to sit here and wash it and scrub it, and that's gonna cause some warping. But maybe eventually I'll make some permanent legs for it, but for right now, a couple sawhorses is good enough. All right, so that actually looks all right. There's still some spots that look like they have pig fat from, you know, butchering's past. But the more we use this, the better it'll look. All right, so my protocol for cleaning this when it needs a good clean, I don't like using cleaners really of any kind because it just strips the wood. Like by the time we're done with this class, this tabletop will be just glistening. It'll be beautiful. Well, as the year goes on, you know, all winter, all summer, and this thing sits there, it dries out a good amount. This actually looks a lot better than it did last year. Well, I guess it was the beginning of this year when we had our hand-hewn class. It's dried out a lot being up here in the hot barn. So, my protocol for cleaning this tabletop is salt and apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna get that going on and get this tabletop all cleaned up. This will make you very, very aware of any cuts or nicks you have in your fingers. It's a good sign. This vinegar isn't soaking in, which means this tabletop is still pretty waterproof. That's a very good sign. Okay, once I get a pretty good coating of apple cider vinegar on it, then I hit it with the salt. Then I just start scrubbing. And what vinegar is left and what salt is left, and just go ahead and dry. And I'm going to consider this ready to go. So the vinegar has worked to somewhat sterilize this and get it clean. The salt also helps, you know, kill anything that might be living on the surface. I will probably hit this with vinegar and salt again, probably, I don't know, like tomorrow, just to give it one more coating, wake it back up, get it looking real good. It smells really nice. I love the smell of vinegar. Maybe it's this prosciutto that's hanging right here. I can smell the vinegar and then I can smell the prosciutto. It's a really nice aroma. It smells really good. I'm gonna go up to the house, eat some lunch, and check my lists and see what else needs to be done before the big day. All right, what you got going on, lady?
At the moment, biscuits. Food prep for this weekend.
A few months ago when we were really hashing this out and deciding what kind of event to do, you were like, I don't want to cook.
And I didn't say I didn't want to cook at all. Like, just not a ton.
Not a ton.
Yeah.
And so I thought you weren't going to cook a ton. Guys, you can't believe how much she's cooking.
I can't not feed people!
Like, she's made rolls so far. She made bread already. Now you're doing biscuits.
There's still lots to happen. It goes against my DNA to not feed people. So, yeah, originally I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep it super, super simple, like really easy meals, you know, pastries for breakfast. Yeah, no, I can't. I can't.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of one of those things.
Nope.
You're going to feed us anyways.
Right.
So it's not that much more work to feed,
not, no.
you know, the class.
Yeah, I just gotta make a couple. Well, I mean, I was gonna be making meals anyways. I just hadn't originally planned on like large amounts of meals. But you know, I get to thinking, and it's like, okay, we'll have this, and this will be a side. Well, that would be a good side too, and I think this would also be a good side. And then I gotta make biscuits to go with it, and then that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
I couldn't.
You did, good job. So yeah, doing all the food prep, getting the baked goods out of the way first, and then I'll be seasoning meats. Making those ready and making some other things, and then it'll be like chopping veggies and prepping that kind of stuff.
Yeah. On a completely unrelated note, I love fall. Look at our view right out the door. Like the light coming in this afternoon is just like this beautiful hue of red from these oak trees right outside the door. Isn't that beautiful? Like all the light coming into the house right here just has this like beautiful like reddish hue to it. So what you got going on for dinner tonight, lady?
I am making gumbo tonight. Why I decided to make gumbo tonight, I don't know. But I was like, you know what, that's fine. It'll be quick and easy. And then we could eat it for 2 days and I'll have to cook tomorrow night. That was my main
Okay,
reasoning.
I see your reasoning. I understand it.
Plus it's tasty and easy.
I love gumbo.
Yes, we all love gumbo.
It's one of our favorite meals around here, and we never have it very often.
Yeah.
Gumbo is one of those things, like, you can make a very expensive gumbo.
Oh, yeah.
If you do, like, a seafood gumbo with shrimp and...
I did get shrimp.
Ooh, you make blasphemous gumbo.
I do make blasphemous gumbo.
So, the gumbo that Meg makes, most of the time, is not to be, you know, contrary. Meg usually puts chicken and shrimp, if she can find it,
right,
in the gumbo.
Yes.
And sausage, you know, all that stuff. The reason for it is because seafood gumbo, like an exclusively seafood gumbo, is pretty expensive.
It is pretty expensive.
Fish and shrimp and all that good stuff gets pretty expensive. Well, she just one day was like, well, I have 1 pack of shrimp and I have some chicken and the sausage. I can throw all this in there, bulk up this gumbo. Well, we loved it.
It was
we
so good.
Absolutely loved it. And like, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually every house has their own gumbo.
They do. I mean,
I realize like they're supposed to be separate. You're supposed to have your seafood gumbo and then your land
terrestrial
gumbo.
Yeah.
I guess ours is just, you know,
It's
a little bit
surf and turf.
surf and turf gumbo. There's going to be some people
that are very mad at me.
That are very mad about that.
I apologize from my roots, from my Louisiana roots. I apologize, but it's cheaper this way and it is what it is. So.
And it's really good.
I
really like having surf and turf gumbo.
Yeah. So I do chicken, andouille, and shrimp. And sometimes I'll put fish in it if I've got fish, white fish. But it's good.
It's good.
And it adds bulk and it's not as expensive.
What is... Oh, this is what you're getting ready to cook for the class.
Mm-hmm. That's all pork shoulder. So,
Okay, so pork shoulder and...
I'm going to slow cook that. That'll be shredded. And then I got a seasoned chicken. That'll be another meal. and then I'll be doing some other stuff too. But
So all you class attendees, y'all gonna eat good.
I hope so. That's the plan anyway.
And then some people might be like, wait, it's a pork class and you're serving pork?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll do pork on day 2.
Right.
Cut up pork all day. Nice pork meal. Like, usually the first thing I eat, if, you know, I'm not cooking the, like the skirt steak right when I'm doing processing the pig, the first thing I want to eat is ground. That's usually the first thing we eat.
Yeah.
Usually because we're tired from processing a pig, it's like, hey, throw some of this in a pan. This is what we're eating first. And you get a pretty good taste. You're tasting the fat, you're tasting the meat, and like a fair bit of meat all ground together.
Right.
So you get a pretty good idea of what the animal tastes like.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some slow cooked pork shoulder. Yeah, that's
Not gonna be too bad.
that's a pretty good meal for day 2.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm excited. I'm starting to get more excited.
Good.
So I am to the point now. I'm done doing everything. Everything's set up.
Yeah.
The pong dang water heater's in there heating the water. Like there's nothing left to do. But
Okay, I'll probably put you to work tomorrow.
that's okay. I'm gonna need something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it kind of hit me at about lunchtime today. It's like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah, you're good.
And today's Wednesday. I
Yeah.
still have like all day tomorrow
Right.
to sit and like twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna be chopping veggies.
That's fine.
Congratulations.
Give me something to do.
Okay.
That is a ton of glutinous products you've made today.
Yep, it is. And I have more to make.
I guess we're in the home stretch for our class. This is the last video you guys will see this week.
Yep.
We will be filming the class. Actually, our neighbor Michaela has been so kind to volunteer to hold a camera.
Yeah.
If you guys know anything about events we usually don't film them because it's really hard to like do the event and worry about filming. So
Right.
she's going to be our camera person.
Yeah.
And
Very excited
I
for
think
that.
it'll be quite helpful.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, I am a little nervous about the class.
Are you?
It's just like, you know, doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll be fine.
You
It's
will.
not the first
be
class
good.
I've taught, but
Right.
I always get the butterflies, I guess.
Yeah.
And I still have all day tomorrow to like
I know.
just like do.
It's okay. I get nervous about the food too. Like, oh, is it gonna be okay?
I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up right here. So we will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.